What's going on YouTube? This is Daybreak748 coming back at you guys with another figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a classic Star Wars Black Series figure. Now it is none other than R2-D2. As of late, guys, I don't know what's gotten into me, but I am in love with the Star Wars franchise. Anything from the movies to the comics to the animated series, you name it, I love it. So as a collector, I've been collecting all of these different Star Wars characters to make an awesome display piece. So guys, obviously as a Star Wars fanatic, you definitely need the R2-D2 droid because he is one of the most classic droids in the Star Wars universe. So here we go. We have R2-D2 here in package. So we have the nice Star Wars Black Series classic package here. On the back you have a nice little read up for R2-D2, so if you want to read it, pause it now. Now guys, before we take a look at the actual figure inside, gotta warn you guys, if you do plan on picking this figure up, it's gonna cost you pretty much an arm and a leg for a Hasbro product. It goes anywhere from $60 to $100. Now you might be like, Daybreak, that's a huge jump. Yeah, it's a huge jump. I don't know why it happens, but I've seen it anywhere in between. So if you are planning to pick up this figure, try to win it in an auction if you are using eBay. Now guys, another thing to warn you about when it comes to these Star Wars Black Series figures is this. There's a lot of bootlegs out there, guys. If you are planning to pick up this figure, the first thing you should do is the following. Private message the seller, ask the seller if this is a 100% authentic, genuine Hasbro product. If they cannot answer you, then it is obviously bootleg, so you must stay away. If you also see it for $20 or less than $20, it's clearly a bootleg. If you see it being sold from China, I have nothing against China, but from past experiences and whatnot, if you see it being sold from China or Taiwan or anywhere like that, you have to be very, very careful because there's a lot of bootlegs out there. So if you want to do the research first, and like I mentioned, the best way to figure out right off the bat if this item is a bootleg is by contacting the seller. So there you guys have it. Alright guys, enough of me rambling about all of this nonsense. Let's see what this figure has to offer. Alright guys, and we are back. We have the Astromech R2-D2 out of package, and he is freaking amazing. Love this little guy. He is definitely worth purchasing. So let's take a look and see what he has to offer. So first thing is first, let's take a look at all of his little accessories. You have the closed up versions of his thrusters that actually get plugged in right here. And that is right here. You get his thrusters that are actually out like that. So if you want to put him in like a dial piece or just have him displayed where he's flying, you can use these. So that's pretty cool. You have a lightsaber, you have a flashlight or a camera, and you have a scanner that he uses from time to time. So with that being said, let me show you the actual figure itself. Let me move this. Alright, so R2-D2, a very simplistic looking droid right here. I wish he had some like black wash on him to make it look a little I guess beat up, but I can go in there and try to do that. So once I do that, I will definitely show you guys, maybe during a room tour or whatever. So his head can rotate. Now the cool thing about this droid is that when you rotate his head, his third leg right here goes inside the body. So if you want him just displayed like this, where he's just standing there, then there you have it. If you want him to be displayed where he's moving, well, then you just rotate his head until his third leg comes out, and then just move his legs back like that. Now, I personally will have my R2-D2 droid not flying, so let me show you how to put these little pieces on. You will see the two tabs here, so just line it up. Smaller tab on top, the bottom tab is a little bigger, so once you line that up, just push it in, and it's as simple as that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side just to show you how this works. So smaller tab on top, and there you go. Now when it comes to articulation real quick, like I showed you, the head does rotate. The feet are on this hinge right here so he can fully rotate, and then his little feet are on this little swivel right here. There is no rocker, so unfortunately you will have to just move it this way, but that's all you really need for this astromech. Now the cool thing about R2-D2 here is the following. You remember all of those little accessory pieces? Well, you can actually have him utilize those pieces. Now, if you take a look closely up at the top here, you're going to see these little hinges here. Now, these hinges are for you to pry open. There's one. There's the other. And then there's the other. So these three ports right here will be where you utilize all of those different accessories. So if you want, for example, R2-D2 to be standing with Anakin and him having this lightsaber out like that to give it to him, that's possible. You can also use the two smaller ports and have either his little scanner back here, and also you could have his little flashlight slash a camera right there. So there you have it. Looks pretty freaking epic. Now I personally probably won't be using these. Maybe in a little dial piece I might use the lightsaber, but other than that I think I want my R2-D2 droid just to be completely closed off. So that's that. Now another cool thing, or another thing to note I should say, is the fact that I wish they allowed you to have R2-D2 be able to store his accessories, but unfortunately that is not the case here. If you guys are planning to use the accessories, if you want him to look like he normally does, then you're gonna have to swap it out and put these plates back into place. If you don't, then he's gonna always have the accessories out. But nevertheless, I think this is an awesome figure. The plugging in the additional parts that they throw in there, it's just pretty fantastic. The last thing I do want to show off is the fact that these compartments do open. Now this one right here houses the little utility thing that he uses to open and lock doors, which is pretty cool. And on this side he has a little hand right here, which is pretty freaking amazing. So there you guys have it, guys. That is R2-D2 for you. If you can find this figure for, I would say, around roughly $60 to $70, it's a steal of a bargain. So highly recommend it. If you're paying something around like the $100 range, yeah, it's worth it, in my opinion. But that's way a little bit out of my league. Now real quickly, I want to showcase this because I know some people are going to ask, Daybreak, how does he fare, or how does he stand with all of his other Star Wars Black Series 6-inch characters or friends? Well, here is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think that's pretty spot on. If you have him just completely standing, I think he will come to about his waist or a little bit above his waist, so that is okay. Now I know some people are like, oh, this is too small, but I personally think it's okay. Especially if you have him in the distance, like just following Obi-Wan or Anakin or whoever. I think this is just gonna be a perfect little dial piece. So there you have it, guys. That was my review on R2-D2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, guys, this is Daybreak 748, and I'm signing out. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.